Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be previewing this coming Saturday's meeting here from Fanny Bay, which will be the 27th of May. With weekly racing underway in the top end, the fields for this weekend are still a little on the light side, but we expect that to be rectified within a couple of weeks, with more visitors due to arrive in Darwin. We have 41 acceptors on Saturday and some quality individuals entered for the fixture, which gets underway at 2:34 p.m, while the last of the half dozen is timed to go at 5:40 p.m. In the first, the Bet365 handicap, it's a 0 to 64 event, and this is the only 1,300 metre race of the day. My numbers are 2, 1 and 6. He was impressive winning last time out. He couldn't have done any more. Number 2, Brahmavi Ruboy, trained by Chris Pollard, and Emma Lyons took them out when he won here on the 6th of May. Not surprisingly, she's on again, claims the 3 kilograms. He gets in with a nice weight of 56 kgs. He's drawn 3. He drew 1 last time when he won, but you'd expect him to get a very good run again, a similar sort of run on the inside, maybe sharing the pace or just behind it. And such was the manner of his win last time in 0 to 58 grade. Admittedly, he's up in grade a little bit here, but he's raced in this grade before with success. I've got him on top, number 2. Head of number 1, the visitor from Alice Springs in Ginger Creek, trained by Kev Lamprick. Kev here with a team of 7 for the carnival, and got some nice young horses amongst them, and this is one of them, the 4-year-old by More Than Ready. Jade Hampson takes them out this week, claims the 2 kilograms, takes the horse's weight to 58.5. He was impressive winning in Alice Springs on Cup Day, the 30th of April, and I'm sure he'll give a real good account of himself here over the 1,300. And in for third, number 6, Malibu Edition from the Tommy Logan stable, Sonia Wiseman in the saddle. He was a winner 2 starts back. That was Australia Day. And then first up for this campaign, he finished 5th of 8 behind Brahmavi Ruboy. I think there'll be improvement to come. That was over this trip of 1,300 metres. He probably wants a bit further ground, this horse, but I thought second up, he has to be in the mix. So my numbers in the first are 2, 1 and 6. The second's the Tab We're On handicap, this over 1,200 metres for the 0 to 70 gallopers. A field of half a dozen here, but not a bad little lineup. My numbers here are 3, 6 and 2. Going here with the Logan-trained Blueberry Boy, number 3, Sonia in the saddle. Put together a couple of wins late in the campaign late last year. His first up run was on the 25th of April, only a few short weeks ago, and he finished 3rd behind Bell's Banner. So that's pretty good form reference. Bell's Banner put a couple of wins together and was racing well before being eased for a spell. So second up here, Blueberry Boy, I think with that run under the belt, be very hard to beat. So number 3 on top for me. He'd have number 6, Swing with Junior. Impressive winner last time out for trainer Chloe Baxter. Jade Hampson rode on that occasion. She's on again. Claims the 2 kgs. That win was on the 6th of May over 1,300. Back and trip a little bit. I don't think it'll worry Swing with Junior. So I've got it in to run second. And Patria, he was a winner last week. He's backing up again. He's actually won 2 of his last 3. The old boy, he's an 8-year-old now, but took his stake earnings to in excess of 240,000 with his win a week ago. And you've got to have him in the mix. So my numbers in the second are 3, 6 and 2. The third, the Sitzler Trobus, a 3-year-old handicap. This is a benchmark event for the 3-year-olds. It's a benchmark 57 and a sprint trip over 1,100 metres here. My numbers are 1, 4 and 2. He was costly last time out when he got beat. Doc O'Connor, only just run down late, admittedly, by Soul Spirit, but he was $1 or $1.95. He might have been even a bit shorter, Doc O'Connor. That was 1,000. This is 1,100. He'd won at 1,100 the previous start, and Jared Todd knows him now. He's had a couple of rides on him for a first and a second. He's speedy. He's drawn 4. He'll take all sorts of beating. In fact, I think he's very, very hard to beat. Number 1, Doc O'Connor on top. To beat number 4, Got a Beat. Paddy Johnson trains this horse back from Alice Springs and Tennant Creek, where she was placed a couple of times second in Alice, and then 5th at Tennant the other day. Never really suited by the track down there, according to the trainer. Jade Hampson aboard, drawn the 1 gate, got it in to run second. And my third selection, number 2, another from the Lamprick stable here, I Know What You're Doing. Mark Pegas takes them out. Mark's got 3 or 4 rides on the day. It's great to have a rider of his quality here. Of course, a former Darwin Cup winner back in 2007, Mark, and he's ridden well over 1,000 winners, also a Group 1 winning jock. So great to have Mark in the top end for a little while. He's also riding at Alice Springs, incidentally, on Sunday. I Know What You're Doing. First start for Kev Lamprick. Hasn't raced since the 27th of January. Was a winner at Morfettville late last year. has some form on the board. It'll be an interesting runner, maybe a little on the short side. That's the only thing I would say, but keep an eye on number 2, I Know What You're Doing. So numbers in the third, 1, 4 and 2. The fourth's the Adelaide River Cup on the 3rd of June handicap. Of course, that's next week. Adelaide River Cup meeting held here in Darwin for the second successive year, unfortunately. Too wet down in the Adelaide River district to run the meeting, so let's hope we can get back there in 2024, maybe at a changed date, maybe at the end of August. So we'll keep you posted about that. But this over the 1100 metres for the benchmark 76 gallopers, so the highest grade race of the day. And my numbers are 1, 4 and 2. He's knocking on the door, Cielo Doro, for Phil Cole and Wayne Davis. He's nothing if not consistent. 3 seconds, a third and a fourth. His last 5 goes, and his last start fourth was behind Bell's Banner. Beaten 3.7, that was on the 25th of April. Had a little brief freshen up, and I think it'll be very, very hard to beat here. Over number 4 from the Never Never, Tom Logan and Sonia Wiseman, the combo. He's also hasn't raced since Anzac Day, so he's coming off a little freshen up as well, but consistent, capable sprinting horse. And in for third, number 2, Ideas Man. Chris Nash trains, Mark Pegas rides. Last started in the Pioneer Sprint and Alice Springs, finished down the track on that occasion, but his earlier run, his previous start on the 17th of April was good, and back to this grade and in the smaller field, only the 5 runners, I expect him to go a bold race. In the fourth, 1, 4 and 2. The fifth, the Bridge Toyota Maiden Plates over the 1,000 for the non-winners. Field of 7 here. My numbers are 1, 7 and 2. Battle Class getting close to a win for Tom Logan and Sonia Wiseman. That combo could be in for a pretty good day on Saturday. He was second last time out behind Taekwondo. That was 1,100. Taekwondo has since come out and finished third here last week in higher grade. So I thought Battle Class, with even luck from Barrier 4, will be right in the mix here, number 1. Over a newcomer to Darwin, number 7, Star Spangled Dancer from the Gary Clark stable. Jared Todd aboard, hasn't raced since the 28th of January. Has a third at Muswellbrook as a recommendation. A 3-year-old filly by Star Spangled Banner, not surprisingly. So watch for Star Spangled Dancer to go a bold one first up on the track. And in for third, number 2, Hello Hollywood. Chris Pollard trains, Mark Pegas rides. Third the other day at Tennant Creek. So back in the top end for his first Darwin start, Hello Hollywood. Only needs to reproduce that sort of performance from Tennant Creek the other day, and it'll be in the party here as well. Numbers in the fifth, 1, 7 and 2. And in the last, the Ladbrokes Handicap over the mile. This for the 0 to 58 gallopers, our biggest field of the day here. And my numbers are 2, 6 and 1. He was good the other day, New Enterprise, when beating Cecil Pine. That was on the 25th of April. Stan Sakos rode on that occasion. This time Paul Shires goes aboard for Pete Stennett. And no reason to suggest he can't go on with the job. That was 1,300 the other day. This mile, I think, will certainly be to his liking. He finished third the previous start over a mile behind Urally Did It. So that's pretty good form for a race of this grade, 0 to 58. So number 2 on top for me. Ahead of number 6, Miraku. Jason Manning and Vanessa Arnott team up here. This horse was second the other day behind Brahmavi Ruboy. Although well beaten, it was a good run, was slowly into stride, missed the jump by 2 or 3. As long as it jumps away with him, Miraku, I think it'll be a very decent each-way chance. And in for third, number 1, Cecil Pine, racing consistently well for Ella Clark. Good to see Ella with another win last week. Pop Magic, paid about $50. Jared Todd goes aboard here. He was on when the horse finished second last time out to New Enterprise. So going around that New Enterprise form. And my numbers in the last are 2, 6 and 1. Best bet of the day in race 2, number 3, Blueberry Boy. I just thought with that first up run under the belt, he would be a big improver, and I think he'll be very hard to beat. Race 2, number 3, Blueberry Boy, while the best roughies in the last, race 6, number 9, Mr. Ranger. He's getting close to putting his foot on the till for Johnny Peacock. Race 6, number 9, Mr. Ranger. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk. We'll be back again next week to preview the Adelaide River Cup meeting, which, as I mentioned earlier, for the second successive year will be held here at Fanny Bay. This time due to the track being unraceable due to about 1.8 metres of rain, would you believe, during the wet season down at Adelaide River. Let's hope we can be back there in 2024, and we're just looking at a date change there. Maybe after Catherine, maybe late in August in 2024, we'll be back at the river and looking forward to that. Until next time, good luck and good punting.